So hello friends, I am C. Arun Tiwari, and today's video I am going to discuss about will. That is, if your parents are like getting old, then the first thing you should think about, they should have a will, because I have seen in many cases when a person dies without a will, then what is the hurdle or what is the legal challenges faced by their children, especially if they are residing abroad. So today's video I am going to talk about will and how you should ensure that you as well as your parents, if they are staying in India and you are going to be a beneficiary, you should ensure that a will should be in a place, especially the registered will. So let's begin. So hello friend, let's understand in today's video about the will. This is, I think, the most understated part of most of the Indians, because we don't take will seriously. Even we have seen thousands of movies on the will and what are the problems can happen if somebody doesn't have a proper will. Okay, so let me talk about how you should initiate the process. So I will not get into legal nitty-gritty. I will simply want to tell you the difference between a will and without a will. So what happens if a person has a will? Then the property matters are basically settled by executor, who may be a relative, a good friend of your parents, who will help you to settle the matter as per the last wish or last will of the person. And most of the cases, if the will is registered, then legal nobody can challenge the will. So now it's another point you have to understand. It's not enough to make a will, it's very important to make the will or get the will registered also, because once the will is registered, one digital copy is always there, which can be anytime called upon, and then duplicacy of the will or unauthorized will not happen, and nobody will be able to challenge that will. Okay, so that's another point. So first thing, see, if you are residing abroad and your parents are here, they are aging, and then the most important part, whenever you are visiting, the first thing you should do, that ask them to prepare a will. I know there will be a lot of hesitation and something and all, but you have to assure that, because what happen if suppose some person doesn't have a will, which is called that person is called if somebody dies intestate. Okay, in that case the property disputes can be numerous. Another point, problem can happen, challenges from different sector, even the relatives can claim stake in the property, and this is not the only problem. The other problem is, in that case you have to take a court order, proper court order, and then you have to establish that you are the legal heir of that person, and it takes a lot of time, lot of energy and lot of running around, and being an NRI, most of people are not capable of doing that. Now another shortcut people take, they generally give their power of attorney or they appoint a legal counsel and they simply leave the India. In that case what happen, anything can happen, like there can be a settlement, there can be some arrangements where somebody else can rise, and by the time you realize what is happening, you might lose some property, and it has happened in many cases. Now another thing, if the person doesn't have a will, then these matters in the court can go anything, maybe it's 1 year to 3 years, and during that period you have to handle all these things, spend money, get the all stress. So the best and simplest idea, that if you know that your parents are slowly aging and they are not able to maintain the property, or you feel like it's a time now to make a will, you just have to counsel with your parents and let them understand what is the problems can happen, okay, if something happens and there is no will. Okay, so if I say at least somebody who is staying in India, they can do this running around with court and legal counsels and lawyers. Okay, it's possible, but somebody is living abroad, and for them it becomes almost impossible. Okay, and very stressful. At the same time, when people come to know that the actual beneficiary is a non-resident and they are somebody abroad, you understand what kind of treatment you can get. Everybody will want a piece of from that you can say share, for either they ethically should be or not should be, and then taking out the hard earned money or the property which is created by your parents it becomes emotionally, you can say, terrifying. Only point which I want to make through this video, this is not very big video, and do not want to make a legal point that how you should make a will. Once you decided you want to make a will, then of course there are a lot of things you can study online, you can appoint a lawyer. But the first important part, whether you understand the importance of making a will, that's very important. So understand, if you are a non-resident and your parents are staying in India and you feel that they are slowly aging, then just talk to them and convince them. Now there are a lot of fear also in their mind. They feel, okay fine, once I make a will, then I will lose authority on all those things, right? People will take me for granted. So that also need to be explained and told them that no, will only will operated, only will effective once they are no more, or once they are not around. Till the time they are the real owner, they can use their property, they can use their banks or money, whatever way they want to do. Okay, so the will is the only way to execute their wishes, the way they want their property, their estate to be divided, the way they want it to be used. Maybe they want to use for the noble purpose, for charity, anything they want. That is the only way to ensure that when they are not around, their estate, their properties are used properly as per their wish. So once all those things are spoken, I think they will also understand the importance, and it will save you from unnecessary hassle, which can be monetary, emotional, sentimental, and everything can be sorted in a very short period of time and very systematic way. So you want to know more about the will, definitely you just put a comment here, and I will make some detailed video about how the will should be prepared, and what are the precautions you should take, how it should be drafted. Everything I will prepare. Only thing I just want to create an awareness about will in this video, right? So that's all in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.